Fellas,
Howdy.
how we doing?
Ma'am.
Ma'am. You just call me ma'am.
Ma'am.
Is there anything that you would like to say? I'm going to start off with Tristan. I would like a full apology.
Well,
Yeah, take your
I'm going to steal Coop's bit here. I'd like to take this moment to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champs, ladies and gentlemen. Coop, how we feeling, man? I know
I'm here.
I'm here. That's all that matters.
Yep.
So, let's talk about the game real quick. I'm gonna take this off because I don't want people to see my pretty face. But Cooper,
you
I
got for
want
you.
your reaction to when the game was starting. Was your heart beating just like mine?
I couldn't. The thing is, the entire game, I felt like I couldn't enjoy it.
I couldn't either.
No.
I couldn't either. Tristan, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, God, I can't wait for Rihanna's performance.
A what? A Giannis?
Rihanna?
Rihanna. I
Okay,
thought you
I
said
heard
Giannis.
Giannis.
I heard Giannis.
Okay, like I told you before we started this, I have a southern dialect. I am hard to understand sometimes.
But let's go through the game real quick. Eagles start off strong and score right down the field. On their first possession, and they chewed up a ton of clock. At that moment, I was like, this is going to be an interesting game, 100%.
Well, it wasn't what people thought it was going to be. Everyone was like, oh, it's going to be low scoring. But
Yeah,
speaking of the playing, the field was terrible.
it was terrible. The NFL needs to take a good look at this game and realize that the real grass or whoever painted the field, it was not done well because people were slipping the majority of the time. And it was so frustrating to watch because I was who fell first? Who was it? Was it Miles Sanders who was?
He just slipped.
He just fell and he couldn't make his move.
No, and you had Jalen Hurts. He was changing cleats to try to get some grip shit on the field. I mean, we saw Pacheco almost break his leg after scoring a touchdown.
Oh my gosh!
just getting
Seriously,
up.
yeah, he was doing the "I just want to rock" thing,
The
and
little
then he
Uzi
just
dance.
slipped.
He almost broke his.
Oh, he could have. He could have broke his ankle or something. But what were some interesting things that you saw during the game, guys?
I seen that the refs missed and made a bunch of bad calls.
Coop.
It was a good. From a football fan perspective, if you didn't have a team, you didn't like the Chiefs or Eagles. It was a great Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
You had high scoring. You had some defense,
Mm-hmm.
barely any. And then, the call at the end of the game sucks because obviously me as an Eagles fan, I wanted to see our team be able to get one more drive. Didn't happen. Nothing I can do about it.
But I got to give some credit to Jalen Hurts, man. That guy played out of
If anyone ever once had any doubts.
That was me. I totally admit it. I had doubts about Jalen Hurts, but now I honestly think that he's better than Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. I think so. What are you smiling about?
301 yards in the Super Bowl, 3
The
touchdowns,
only mistake
70 rushing
he had.
yards.
The only mistake he had was the fumble, and that's just game. I mean, he just on the transfer missed it. People are saying Nick Bolton hit him. Now he lost. If you watch,
he just lost.
yeah.
it.
If you go watch the mic'd up thing that they posted on NFL
It was
yesterday.
good.
It was really good, and they have a close shot. He had it in his left hand, tried to go to his right, and it just fell out. Nick
Rookie
Bolton
mistake.
Rookie mistake, and that's the only thing he did wrong. And he actually did well with the deep balls. Devontae Smith, when he was wide open down the field, it was right in the breadbasket. And then he just tossed it to A.J. Brown, and, I mean, A.J. just made a play, and our cornerbacks looked dumb, you know? And I got to give it to him, Tristan. I do believe that he can be better than Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. He's 100% better than Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Only thing I'm going to say for the Burrow standpoint is he's already proved why he's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts once when they faced each other in college. I get it's a whole different ball game now. But listen, no quarterback that has lost his debut has ever made it back to the Super Bowl and won it.
Coop, you want to back that up?
We'll see if Burrow can make it back. You know, you never know. Next season, when we're around this time, we may be talking about Joe Burrow versus Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
I would love to see it happen because I think that'd make it for good TV, and it would edge another inch on the rivalry between Patty Mahomes and
100%.
Joseph Burrow.
Well, 100%. But Patrick Mahomes, speaking of Pat, when he went down in the second half, and again, watch the mic'd up, he was screaming in pain.
PEDs during halftime.
Yeah, he got drugged up.
Oh my God, when he went down and he was limping, I was like, that was my lowest point at that game because I was like, it's done. We're down by 10, and and Pat is hurt. What are we supposed to do? We're gonna bring in Chad Henne, and
who just retired, the Super Bowl
who just retired? Yeah, he retired.
Yeah.
He went out on top. Maybe what Tom Brady should have done, but we ain't talking about Tom Brady. So I couldn't even watch the halftime show. Like, I couldn't even enjoy it because I was just thinking of if Pat's going to play, what's he going to do? But then he comes out in the second half, and I know he was dinking and dunking, as Skip Bayless said, but I mean, you got to have this is why Pat is a good quarterback, is because he is aware of what is happening and he makes decisions that no other quarterback, I think, could have made. You know what I'm saying? What?
Can you give me a definition of dinking and dunking?
Dinking and dunking. This is Skip Bayless called it as dinking it over to Isaiah Pacheco or McKinnon or to whoever in the flat and then just letting them do all the work.
Okay. That is, ladies and gentlemen, that is our terms of the day. Dinking and dunking.
Dinking and dunking. But yeah, and then so the holding call at the end of the game, I kind of want to get into that. So the mic'd up had a perfect shot of it, and he did tug on the jersey. There is a picture, if I'll show it to you guys after this segment, but he definitely has a hold on the shirt. Yeah, I know
It's not hard to hold a skin-tight jersey.
I know, but
with gloves on.
Skip Bayless said like that
Skip Bayless was
terrible.
Your first mistake.
Was a terrible call. He said it was. You got to think of the moment and stuff like that. Or no, it was Dan Orlovsky was saying this was a terrible call. The moment was too big, and Ryan Clark basically said, "Who cares about the moment? I mean, it's."
I mean, a flag's a flag.
The last time
they didn't call it all game until then.
Yeah, and Shannon Sharp made a point that they watched him hold Juju Smith-Schuster earlier in the game, so he already got away with one. So then once he did that, it was like, I mean, the back judge was like, I mean, come on.
Here's my thing for you guys. Was the ball even catchable regardless of the hold?
Does that even matter,
yes. Though? In a traditional call like that, they look at two things. One, did he tug the jersey, which if you're saying he did, then he did. Mm-hmm. And is the ball catchable? But so was the pass and the ball catchable for Juju to get to?
I feel like that would be, though, if it was pass interference, if it was catchable.
I mean, regardless, though, if they're going to call that holding if the ball is catchable and that's why he didn't get it. Because holding for a defensive player like that and pass interference kind of go hand in hand.
But, I mean, he's holding him to not let him run his route, which would have been able for Juju to get to the ball, but he's holding him and preventing him from getting to that spot. So I do agree with that. I mean, it should have been a holding call just because he's holding him, preventing him from getting to his route. But yeah, so good Super Bowl, great game. I got a lot of respect for Cooper. He called me after the game.
I did.
And I was waiting for the call. I was waiting for a text, but he called me, and I was like, man, I got a ton of respect. Because, honestly, I wanted to win this game more just because Tristan would have talked so much stuff about the Chiefs if they would have lost. So I was that's why I really wanted to win, is because Tristan would have got on me for losing. But yeah, this has been
I'm a bona fide trash talker.
Yeah, seriously. Mm-hmm. This has been Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. We'll be right back after this.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
At Arkansas State, we want you to go. Go where learning soars, takes flight, and rockets ahead. Go for experiences, internships, and scholarships. We want you to go. Become A-State Maine. Are you ready to go? Go.astate.edu for details.
Here to deliver the latest news on A-State sports, ranging from football, basketball, baseball, and more.
I'm your host, Tristan Harlan, alongside your other host, Cooper Melder.
Red Wolf Roundtable is your local sports source.
Tune in to Red Wolf Roundtable to get your fix on sports talk and news.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
Hello and welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. Guys, we are still talking about the Super Bowl and our reactions about that. But before we get started, I would like to say a special thanks to Tulene the Dream and her mom Cielo for getting me this hat, because these things are sweet. Not gonna lie, the cream color, I like it, and they're not like the net hats in the back. It's like an official like cool hat.
Official cool hat.
Official cool hat of the Super Bowl.
Clip it.
Clip it.
That's the
Clip it,
phrase
chat.
of the day.
That's the
Official
phrase.
cool hat.
But so parade.
Easton was with his real friends, ladies and gentlemen.
I went up for Valentine's Day as well as the Super Bowl parade, and Valentine's was great. We went to this nice Asian restaurant and got some sushi that was kind of deformed, but it wasn't about the sushi. It was about the Valentine's Day. But Tristan,
PG show, Easton.
I'm talking about sushi, not. Oh my goodness! But also the parade. The parade was fantastic, and it was totally worth it. Like making the drive 6 hours up to KC was perfect. I mean, it was so cold. It was freezing cold, and
Well, you have no meat on your bones.
exactly, and that
Well, you
doesn't
brought it
help.
back with you.
What?
You brought the.
I
cold-
know. I looked at the weather this morning. I was like, dang, it's cold, and it was like 72 yesterday.
It was.
Welcome to Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen.
I know it was, and so I brought the cold, I guess, but it was freezing this morning, and I was like, dang it, I thought I was gonna leave this, but so some interesting stories. So we're at the parade, and it's about to start. Interesting, bro. Eric Stone Street, Rob Riggle are driving on a golf cart down the street on Grand Street, and they're making zigzags to people. And I was like thinking, are they gonna come? You better stop it right now, or else I'm gonna kick you off this show. And they're making zigzags along the fences, and I see them making a zigzag on the other side of the fence, and they're coming this way. And I'm like, no shot, they're gonna be like right in front of me. And they got literally from me to that helmet, and it was Eric Stone Street and Rob Riggle were hyping us up, and I loved Modern Family. And when I saw them, I was like, that's nuts, because like you usually see them on TV. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then Chris Jones, I mean, he's a monster. And when he was standing like right next to me, he was like towering over me. And then Nick Bolton came over, and yeah, it was just a fun experience, just being there, being in the environment. And being through this twice is just it's unbelievable. And then let's talk about the rally that happened at the end. You know, where they're all out on the stage talking. Did you guys watch it at all?
No.
You guys got to watch it. It's so funny. Pat Mahomes, he had a couple drinks, and he was like he wasn't there. He wasn't all there.
We saw how Tom Brady celebrated.
We definitely did.
At least Travis Kelce didn't throw the Vince Lombardi trophy or anything.
I know he didn't. But speaking of Travis Kelce, we got a new saying from Travis Kelce. So whenever he was like, if you thought Chris Jones was the best defensive player of all time, now let me hear you say, oh, na. And that was just, I love that. I'm going to do that. Tristan, let me hear you say, oh, na. Let me hear you say it.
It is too early for all this.
It's not. You got to get hyped in the morning. This is your wake-up call. You got to get to class. Now, can I?
Oh, and what
you
is
do
it?
it? Let me hear you say, oh, na.
Let me hear you say, oh, na.
That's my new favorite thing of all time. He's like, nah, I like that one. And oh my God, we didn't go to the actual rally, but because it was so packed, and there was no way. Sorry, choking on my own words. There was no way I was getting there. Because there was just tons of people, so we were watching on our phones on the bus back, and Travis Kelce does that, and everybody's dying laughing. It was so funny. And then Pat was just saying, what did he say? He was saying something like, "Oh, he doesn't know what a rebuild he doesn't know what a rebuild is," because people were doubters, man. There were doubters, Tristan.
There's doubters everywhere, Easton.
Yeah.
Well, all of Fox Sports was saying
Fox Sports. That's the problem.
They also had the Eagles as projected one of the worst teams this year.
Let's just face it, okay? No media analyst can sit here and say, not even any of us, even though we're not technically media analysts yet, none of them can say that they can solely predict a season that exactly is going to happen. Everybody's going to have bad takes.
I know it's
Unless you're saying the Bears are going to suck, which, everyone could do that.
Exactly.
Anybody could do that.
Yeah.
But, Cooper, what did you think about all that? Everybody was saying that the Eagles were going to win, and were you, saying were you confident, or was that making you more?
You see, the problem with me, I'm such a sore loser. I'm a poor sport.
Oh, no, you're not a poor sport.
But get into that. The whole game, even when we're up, I was like, yeah, I look okay, but on the inside, I wasn't confident at all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure just being a sports fan, you're watching the game, you're thinking, all right, you think of the worst possible outcome or the worst possible thing that's going to happen on that play.
Mm-hmm. And there's a picture that I saw of you, and it was a halftime, and you were like, this was you. You were like,
yeah,
you were nervous.
No,
I was like, how were you nervous? You guys were up by 10, and Pat Mahomes was limping off the field.
Hey, until it zeroes all across the clock, fourth quarter, I can't relax.
You can't?
No.
What was probably the funniest moment during the night when you were watching it?
Funniest moment, I don't know.
Or most screaming out of the...
Screaming was probably when the A.J. Brown throw. That was insane.
That was crazy.
Because I saw it throw up, and I saw 3 defenders. I was like, no way he gets that. And he placed it right there. And it was like the first play coming off of a timeout or something.
Really?
I'm trying to remember, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. What? Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
And he just came out there, threw it, and he threw it. I said, oh, my God.
I
was screaming.
Were you
I'm
really?
sure we got noise complaints.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. I think the loudest moment was when Kadarius Toney, on that punt return, he was going one way, and then he came around the other way, and I was just screaming, blockers! Blockers! I'll have to have I shown you that video yet? I'll show you the video after.
My favorite video of Easton of all time is, we use our words, and it's bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah, we use our words, and it's unsportsmanlike conduct. Not no nice word, not a nice word, not a nice word.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was a crazy season, man. And next season, man, We have how many months till the next?
We have like
Too
204
long.
days.
Football's
or something.
Isn't that sad? Isn't that depressing? Football is over.
It's not depressing because you know what starts tonight?
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen of the world, you know what starts tonight? Arkansas State baseball starts tonight against the University of
Oh, I
Arkansas.
thought you were going to say
Pine
the
Bluff.
XFL.
And the XFL starting soon. You're never away from football.
You're no, but who watches the XFL?
Me.
Me. Well,
If it's on, I may watch it, but
It's football. You gotta
go Battlehawks.
And
Yeah.
when the USFL starts up, I'm going to a Steamboats game.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, this has been the second segment of Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. We'll be right back after this. Take another sip of your smart water.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
At Arkansas State, we want you to go. Go where learning soars, takes flight, and rockets ahead. Go for experiences, internships, and scholarships. We want you to go. Become A-State Maine. Are you ready to go? Go.astate.edu for details.
Here to deliver the latest news on A-State sports, ranging from football, basketball, baseball, and more.
I'm your host, Tristan Harlan, alongside your other host, Cooper Melder.
Red Wolf Roundtable is your local sports source.
Tune in to Red Wolf Roundtable to get your fix on sports talk and news.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
Hello and welcome to Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. I am Easton John, and Cooper, let me hear you say, "Oh, na 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 na."
No.
Mr. Sullivan, let me hear you say, "Oh, na 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 na." You know, I'm not starting until you say
shaking
it.
his head.
Listen here. It doesn't matter if Mr. Sullivan says it, you jabroni, because
You call me a jabroni?
we had a doubleheader last night.
Oh, we did.
Yes,
Troy,
we did.
we're gonna start off with the men's, and then we'll get to the winners after the women's basketball team. But the men's played Troy in a great game. It was a good game, 67-62. I didn't think it was gonna be that close, to be honest with you. Guys, what did you think?
Coop, I'll let you go ahead first.
Well, we were up by 12 at one point.
Yeah.
And we proceeded to blow that lead in about 4 minutes. And at the end of the game, good teams find ways to win. Troy did that. They hit the threes when they needed to. Mm-hmm. We didn't hit our open shots.
And what did we do, Tristan? What way did we do it?
We did things the A-State way.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. And that'll be a meme for forever and ever. The
Blowing it
A-State-
at the last second.
Well, my thing is, no disrespect to the killer, Marquise Davis. He's my guy. But when you're open in the corner, you got to make that.
Or
I mean-
why are you even shooting a three?
I mean, I get basketball is a difficult sport. Sometimes in the big moment, you don't get the shot you want to.
It was a 1-point game.
Yeah,
You got to pass that shot out.
When you shooting it, when you're a guy like Marquise that's known to hit clutch shots like that, or when you have a wide open lane to the basket, I mean, you just got to take it.
I know. I was so mad. And Tristan was like, I think he should have shot it during the game. And I was like, bro, you had a wide open lane to get a layup. Why don't you go into overtime? You have the momentum.
I didn't realize that he had a wide open lane at that
Oh.
moment.
Oh,
but I
okay.
went back and watched it last night this morning, and I seen the lane where he had open. I'm like, okay, maybe Easton was right. Maybe he should have took that layup.
Yeah, because he did it. He made a shot before that. That was, on the side. It was just a nice little floater. And he
did it back to back.
Yeah, he did back to back. And I don't know. I guess it's 60. It was 63-62 at that point. Arkansas State was down by 1. Why are you shooting the three?
I'm okay if
when
Avery
they can
Felts
easily just
takes
get
that shot.
Huh?
I'm okay if Avery Felts or Terrence
Yeah,
Ford
if
takes that shot.
Who do you feel comfortable with taking that shot?
Obviously, Avery Felts.
Avery
'cause
Felts. Who else?
I want to say Avery, and I'm gonna say Terrence because Terrence has proven that he can hit long range shots like that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Now, when it comes to the team, the men's team, who do you think is the most important piece to that puzzle? I'll start with Coop and then go to Tristan.
Walking like an Egyptian, Omar El Sheikh.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, when he's on and he's playing well, the whole team plays well. He had 16 points, I think, about
11 rebounds.
11 rebounds.
Yep. 8
3
for 9 from the line.
About 3 steals, 1 block. He had himself a game, and
He had a double-double. Tristan.
when Omar's playing
Yeah.
good, everybody's playing good.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got like a tie between two different people. I like Caleb Fields because he's able to kind of run the floor and kind of facilitate what he wants the offense to do. But also Isaiah Nelson, the man that can come from nowhere and just block your shot.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Because when Nelson is on the floor and you've got a guy driving and you just see Isaiah just swat it out of nowhere, he gets the team wild up. Then you got Marquise Davis on the other end of the floor throwing a tomahawk dunk or doing something. Or you got Avery Felts in the corner on the wing draining a three.
When he blocked that ball, Isaiah, that ended up being a layup for Troy because they got the offensive rebound and then they got a layup. Isaiah Nelson's hand was, I think, above the backboard.
Probably.
He got up that high. Like, that man can jump, and then his arms are, like, just so long that he can just swat it anywhere. It's like a fly swatter.
You need to watch him during pregame warm-ups. He'll be over here. We're doing layup lines.
And he's
He
blocking
just
shots.
throwing it off the backboard, catching it between the legs, slamming it, windmill. It's fun to watch. So that always make sure when I'm recording pregame, if Isaiah has the ball, zoom in on him because he's going to do something.
I'm just waiting for the day or game that he gets a steal or gets some kind of turnover and gets the ball and he takes it and absolutely either dunks on someone to an effect of Caleb Fields did against Coastal, or he just straight dunk contests it between the legs and just throws down a
I'm ready
dunk.
for a wide open fast break for Isaiah.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, who's going to stop him?
Yeah.
Dude, when it is crazy. Like, he just goes and plays. But I have to agree with Coop. I think Omar is just that centerpiece. And then when he's doing good, then Isaiah Nelson is going to get hot. And then Terrence Ford is going to get hot. Because, I mean, you saw, we made, like, back-to-back threes. Am I right about that one?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think who hit one? Was it Felts?
I know Avery hit one. Terrence hit one.
And then I think Marquise hit one, too. But it was just, I mean, we were hot when we started off. We were like, I was like, oh my, this might be a win. But then
we played 35 minutes of that game. And in the 5 minutes we disappeared.
Yeah.
They lost it.
Yeah. And I had a feeling in the back of my head that I was like, man, they're getting a little too cocky now, and then they're gonna start making a layup. And then that layup's gonna become like 8 more points after that. So but yeah, let's talk about the women's game. Izzy Higginbottom almost 24 points. That's unbelievable. And she was
Rest in peace, Kobe.
She was doing the fadeaway Kobe jump shot the whole
That
game.
fadeaway jumper was on last.
Deadly. Yeah. It's deadly. And then she was just like spin around jumper, and then it was just like nothing but net.
Yeah. It was impressive. It
Yeah.
was really impressive last night.
Arguably, that is the best we've seen Izzy Higginbottom play since conference started.
I think so too. I'd have to agree with that.
I mean, she went down with the injury, and this is probably the game when I can 100% say Izzy Higginbottom returned to her full form.
I would honestly,
she evolved into a Charizard.
Yes.
this team right now, I know it's just a couple wins, but they're getting kind of hot.
know.
They're kind of warming up, getting ready for conference play. And that's all you need is to get hot at the right time.
And this is what I say to people.
Upset over Troy too.
Oh yeah, dude. The thing is though, is it's crazy because they went upset Troy, blown out by James Madison, and now they just they just won last night, and now they got another game against the Raging Cajuns. And then once we get into the conference tournament, we're gonna see if they can beat the last year's team that got blown out by Coastal in the first round.
Yeah.
Which I think they will. I mean,
Just don't let a 40-point bomb.
There's a couple players on the team that was on the team that got the absolute brakes beat off of them against Coastal. And, maybe it's going to be some of that leadership type deal.
Yeah.
But I see this team doing the long run.
Hey, all those teams that are thinking they're gonna beat A-State in the first round, I wouldn't count us out. I'm just saying. They're going to be a little assassins coming into the tournament, I'm telling you.
And you have Coach Rogers, she's already got a full Sun Belt Conference experience under her belt.
Mm-hmm. And I think we have that first five.
I think I was about to say, I think she's found her core 4 players that are going to get minutes every game.
Yeah, and talk about minutes. Lauren Pendleton had almost played the entire game, 33 minutes. And that's just crazy of itself. And she was out on the floor the whole game, had 12 points, and then 8 for 8 from the free throw line. That is a round of applause.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to see that because when you're dominating from the line where you have to dominate, that's where you got to do damage.
Yeah, I'm about to say if you're making your free throws, they're free points.
Yeah,
and going 8 for 8, 100%. What more could you ask for from a player?
My thing is about Lauren Pendleton that not a lot of people know is that when she's on the floor, it just seems like the team performs better. Kind of like you said about Omar. When Lauren's on the floor she's running it and she's doing the way she wants to do on the offense and even the defensive side of the ball, it seems like Izzy's hitting her shots. It seems like Wilkinson's hitting the 3-point. It seems like Anna Griffin's playing great on defense and Kapinga's doing great inside.
Yes, Kapinga is getting better at getting the offensive
her
boards.
Size to advantage.
Yeah. Yes, and man, if she boxes out, creates some room, and she can get any rebound she wants. And then Ogman, holy cow! Like she started to get hot. Like the last game that she played, she just could not miss, and she was defensive monster as well. What's up?
I was like, she had 14 points.
Yeah, 14 points, and then went 6 for 10 from the line, and then. Oh no, she went 2 for 2.
Okay.
And then she had 2 offensive boards, 3 rebounds, 2 defensive rebounds. This team looked, even though I get it, South Alabama isn't the best team, but still those are teams that you have to take care of business against. And those are teams that you have to go in and say, hey, we have to win this game.
Yeah, games
to create that momentum. So
look, I'll put it to you this way. Coach Rogers early in the season, she said she pretty much called the team out for not having a heart. And I think the team realized, hey, we dug ourselves this grave and
we're
going to dig ourselves out of it no matter who's in our way. And honestly, like I said, it's gonna be different if this team can kind of end the season on a high note.
Yeah,
we've talked about it on the show before, and even on Roundtable. Coach Rogers is a player's coach. She is she is practically friends with all of her players.
Exactly.
In my time doing features for ESPN, I've met a couple of the players. Lauren, Izzy, and I'm thankful to call themselves kind of friends and everything. But just seeing how Coach Rogers kind of treats the team and talks about the team and just kind of shows how much she cares.
Right.
That's going to be the turning point from all the different coaches that have been there 5+ years in the tournament.
Yeah.
Nicely said. And Louisiana coming up. Out of all the teams in the Sun Belt, I dislike. I won't say the H word, but
the H
I
word.
dislike Louisiana. I do not like the Raging Cajuns. and this is going to be a good game. This is on Saturday, correct? This Saturday.
Yes.
Cannot wait for this
Doubleheader?
game. What? Doubleheader?
Doubleheader
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got a men's game as well. I forgot who they play. Does anybody know?
If you wouldn't have asked, I could have told you. I
Okay.
think it's just Georgia.
Georgia State.
Yes.
It's Georgia State. So
Isn't that 500?
500.
Yes, that is the 500th game for the men inside of First National
500.
Bank Arena. So make sure you guys show up and support your.
Hey, there
residents.
was a good amount of people at the game
Good
yesterday.
student section.
Great
See?
student section.
So we need that every game.
Yeah, we need
gotta
that.
use that.
We had props, we had buckets, we had signs and all that.
Oh.
We were
We were looking like a national D1 program. For
yes,
once.
and it was fantastic to see. But any last words about these two teams, guys?
Just go win Saturday.
Let's get 2 wins on Saturday. How
Yeah.
about that?
Coach Rogers, I want free merch.
I want free. Let's talk about the jersey, by
Yeah,
the way.
Coach
We
Rogers,
haven't
hook
even
me
talked
up.
about
Hook
it.
me up, Coach Rogers, come on now.
Oh my God, dude, that thing is awesome.
I love this jersey.
Yeah, you should. Are you gonna buy it off of Dustin Sullivan though? Is he gonna let you have it?
Probably not.
Probably not. Well,
Probably not.
Well, take it off. And guys, thank you for watching Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. And yeah, see you guys.
Wolves up, baby.
Wolves up.